So for this upload, it's cold outside, there's not a lot going on with the pond or the grow on. So what I wanted to do is take the opportunity to perhaps do some product reviews. Now, those of you that follow the channel, you'll note that as well as charisma and good looks, I was also blessed at birth with shaky hands, which is fantastic, which, as you can imagine, in life is a pain in the arse. Not only can I not fill a cup of tea to the top in fear of spilling it, those of you that watch and follow the channel, you'll note that a lot of my videos are particularly shaky. In fact, I've had a few comments to say, is that Muhammad Ali behind the camera? Is that Michael J. Fox receiving an award? No, it is definitely me. They are definitely my shaky hands. And then what really got me thinking was Cat and I Coy mentioned things that he hates to see on YouTube uploads, and one of them was a shaky hand. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to take some of my Christmas money and I'm going to invest in something. So what I started looking at, and I think I'm right in calling them this, I think they're gimbals. What's referred to as gimbals, and in particular this one is the DJI variation. And I looked at the new one, which I think is the DJI 3 possibly, and was quite horrified at the £130, £140 price tag. So I did my usual, like we do on this channel, and I got scouring the second-hand ads on Book of Face and Gumtree. Anyway, marketplace on Book of Face. I actually found this one, believe it or not. It's a DJI Osmo Mobile 2, so it's a couple of year old model, 30 quid. So that's what I mean. If you need something, scour the second hand ads first, because there's always a bargain to be had. But yeah, so this is it. Comes in a lovely protective case, so it's pretty rugged, and I suppose the ladies could also wear it as a purse, although judging by my local town centre, purses seem to be more applicable to the young lads these days. But anyway, in this one, I'm not sure if it should have come with anything else. I'll tell you what it didn't come with. It didn't come with an instruction manual. Sure, if you actually wasn't as tight as me and bought one, I knew it would. So what comes in it is just a normal USB charger. And this is it. So it's very simple. So it actually runs off a rechargeable battery, and I've been running this now for a fair few weeks and I still haven't charged the battery. But yeah, so it runs off an axis. Basically what it does is it steadies the camera, keeps it level, takes out that shake. As I say, this is the DJI Osmo Mobile 2, couple of year old model. The new version, there's a few extras, but nothing that, I'm not a professional uploader or vlogger, whatever they're called, so I didn't really need it. But yeah, in terms of setup, it's pretty straight. You plug it in and charge it. There is an app on the phone which I would show you, and there's a certain amount of irony to why I'm reviewing this, and I've actually purchased one. So I'm just going to show you a picture now that'll come up on the screen, and this is currently how my camera is set up. I film everything off my mobile phone, my iPhone. It's an iPhone 8 Plus, I think it is, because I'm not a mobile phone person. But yeah, you'll see from this picture exactly how I use things at the moment. So there is a sense of irony there. But yeah, so this is the DJI Osmo Mobile 2, as I said. Now basically what you do is there's lots of videos on YouTube already on how to set this up. But basically the phone, this just works off of a spring. Phone goes in, and what you do, there is two knobs. One here, so X and Y axis. So dependent, you loosen them up, and what you're looking for is when it's in its off mode, it should actually sit like that. So the phone will face down, and you're looking for it to not lean left, not lean right, forward or back. When you've got it set up perfect, it will actually sit in the middle. Only once you turn it on then will it be perfectly calibrated. But yeah, it's annoying actually, because the phone's being used for recording, And I could do with it in here really to show you, but what I will do is in a minute we'll go through the basic features once the phone's on it. But yeah, in terms of controls, so what we got here, once it's, as I say, it's a DJI app. It's a good app, actually. It allows you to do a bit of editing, but what it does do is it allows you to control it from the handset. So here we've got the record button. We can obviously move this on its X and Y axis as we're moving it around. We've got a zoom button and we've got a mode button, and this just simply connects to the Bluetooth on your phone. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the camera set up in it, and I'll just give you a quick example of how it works. Alright, so what I've actually done for demonstration purposes only is I've borrowed my wife's phone because I want to continue the recording on mine. So at the moment this is on the in the off position. So what you see is what I've done is I've actually put the phone in, and that is now just balancing gently. So what you're looking for is for this, when it's in its off position and it's not connected, to be as level as possible. So what you don't want is this. It wants to be as level as possible. Now with the Plus phones it's slightly difficult, you can't get it perfect because you've only got so much adjustment on the screw. But even with that slightly offset there, I do find that is enough. So if it's not out, obviously you adjust the two control knobs, you just loosen it off, and as I say, this is in a spring bracket anyway. I mean, if I was to turn it on now, you should see, he says, so you just hold the power button and there she goes, she'll spring into life. So although I haven't got the actual screen on because the wife's phone is hasn't got the app on, but I can show you the basic features. So when I'm using this, if I was to use the turn features, so that could be controlled up and down, but what you will notice, it won't do it as well because I say it's not connected to the app, but what it will do is you can see as I'm using it, it's keeping that phone dead straight until then. As I say, it's not connected to the app, so it won't work perfectly. What I'll do now is if we quickly jump to a screenshot, and I'll just show you the app and some of the basic features on it. But yeah, I'll see you in 2 ticks. Right, so you have to bear with me because I'm going to have to talk over the video here, but the first one we go into is the little camera icon. That just gives us the option for changing a few of the display modes, something called Beautify, which I'm switching it on now, but I can guarantee to you it's not something I will ever use. Some things are beyond a filter, I'm afraid. But also here we can add grids to make things easier to capture. Again, most of the time I tend to leave mine on just the very basic. So next we switch over to the toggle mode in the top left hand corner there. This just basically switches between camera modes, so you can take still images with the grip, but also record videos. The next menu down, just different, again, different versions of video, slow motion, time-lapse. Again, I've only looked at the standard mode. I don't really use any of the others. Now, bottom left means we can switch between cameras. There's an idiot. And if we switch back, what I'll show you is if we go into the settings now. So here we can change the video resolution. We can change the actual settings of the camera if you like. So this is viewing it in an app, so it's recording in the app itself, and then you download the pictures onto your phone. From here we can calibrate and we can change some of the configurations of the gimbal itself. Probably the most important mode on this though is if I hit the icon that you've seen just go green in the bottom left hand corner now, and I switch the video round back to ugly old me, what I can actually do now is by drawing a square on the screen, so that is now in track mode. So although the phone isn't in the gimbal at the moment, what it will do is wherever I walk, and it's really good if you're, say, walking around the garden with the pond, just sort of talking on selfie mode, what it'll do is no matter where I move or if someone else was filming, yes, thank you, Dave, wherever I move, it will actually track my face, and you could select, for example, your pet dog, you could select a car, a racetrack, and what that'll do is that will track that item, so no matter where they move to, the gimbal will actually follow them. And last but not least, I'm just going to go back into portrait mode. So see the DJI app there, and this is just where you go to actually connect the whatever piece of equipment that you've got. You can go into the editor, play around with videos, and obviously view everything that you've got saved. So you can see there's videos I've been playing around with. From here you can also see any photos that you've taken. But yeah, nice and easy, straight and simple to use. So what I'm going to do, those of you that know the channel know I usually start walking out my back door. Problem with that is it's always bumpy, so we're doing the usual. I normally have a little bit of a trip. Sun's out, which is nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run around the garden, just around the pond area, and just grab a few shots that I'd normally get, albeit with my very, very, very shaky hands. So and let's see how this old girl performs. The only thing I would say is it does tend, when you're recording through the DJI app, the quality in terms of the actual video footage on the app isn't very good. It's only when you go to the actual download video that you see how good the quality is. But yeah, let's see how we get on. I'll flip you around and we'll do some spinning around the old garden. Hopefully I won't fall over. Right, so what we're going to do now, just to give it an ultimate test, we all know how shaky my hands are. So I'm up on the decking at the minute, just out the back of the ass, and I'm going to have a stroll down the steps without falling over, and then just walk to the pond like I normally would. As you can see already, my hands are quite shaky, as the wife doing Sunday roast. I'll move round, she won't appreciate being on camera. Actually. But yeah, already you can see the effects of my shaky hands. So what I want to do is just have a walk down the steps like this. I'm going to have a stroll down the steps. And then what I'm going to do, so just place myself in front of the pond, and that's it. And what I want to do is run these two videos alongside each other, and we'll see if there's a significant difference. Let's have a go. Right, so here we are in exactly the same position, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk down the old steps again, and we'll see what the difference is. But so I'm walking down the old steps now. Let's see if there really is a true difference. Oh, I've gone all white. There we go. As I say, on the app, it does make you look a bit pale. Look at my face, look at my face. Look, about 90 years, it looks like that Age Me app. But yeah, it seems to work well. But yeah, let me know down in the comments. So let's have a walk back up the steps. If I have a jump around. So I'm jumping. We'll see if we can see a difference. But yeah, let me know down in the comments if you can see a significant difference, or whether I've just completely wasted my money. Excuse the air, I've not done it this morning. I'm going to press my little button now and the old recorder stop, won't it? Ready? 3, 2, 1. So what I'm going to skip to now is just over the last few days, I'm just going to edit in some videos through the trickery and magic of an app. What I'm going to do is just had a chance to play around with it. So we went out walking the dogs, wife and the kids. And I've also just in between sort of meetings at work and that, I've managed to pop out in the garden, just have a play around. So here's just a quick bit of that footage, and you see what you think, really. All right, Pet, enjoying the walk? Brisk walk, move the elbows, please.
We're the strollers. No!
What are we, Eve?
Strollers.
Strollers! Yes! So, there you go. That is the gimbal, in this case the DJI. So, one thing I didn't mention was, like now, I've got it stood up. It does stand up on its own. They do a stand for the DJI. They do, obviously, for various gimbals. But all I done was took 2 bits of 6x2. Well, I took a bit of 6x2, a bit of 4x2, chopped it down, cut all in middle, and I created my own stand. So, that looks a little something like this. And basically because I'm tight and I was really desperate for a stand for another video that I was doing for something else, and the shops were shut and I couldn't be bothered to wait, so I thought, oh, I'll just go. I even painted it, which was a bit sad of me, but yeah, what I can do is if I just pop it in the stand, there we go. So you notice even though I'm moving it, so with my shaky hands, so I'm actually connected to the gimbal now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select the what am I doing? I'm going to select the face option. So what I can do now, I can actually select my face. So what that's going to do now, without me even having to touch it, so I'm going to put my, check this out, and then if I go back the other way, it'll know that I'm going over here. So that just demonstrates. So you imagine, not so easy when you're actually right in front of the camera, but if you imagine action shots, if I was outside now, like I say, with the dog running, but yeah, again, if I was to drop down, it'll follow me. If I was to go up, it'll follow me. So you can actually set up a video. So I know a lot of you, you do your videos by the pond, you have your camera set up. I tend to hold mine at the moment because of old shaky hands. But yeah, if you was to have it set up at the edge of the pond, walking around the pond, it would actually follow you around. So let's switch that off, make life a bit easier. So you haven't got that green thing. And there you go. So that is a gimbal. Do I think it makes a difference to my uploads? I don't know. You be the judge of that. I'm probably going to be seeing, well, I'll be using it from now on. So time will tell, I suppose. But certainly from a user experience, it makes life so much easier. And the fact that I only paid 30 quid second hand, but to be honest with you, would I pay the 100 odd quid new? No, because I'm tight as a duck's arse. But it is worth it. You know, I'll be honest, it is worth it. And as I say, just from a user experience, it has made it a lot easier, much more versatile. Yeah, and I think the key is, and what I haven't really demonstrated on this video so much is when you're out and about walking. So the first couple of shots that I showed you of me walking down the stairs, walking back up the stairs, that's where it really comes into its own, because it takes that Muhammad Ali hands out of things. So yeah, these clubs that I was blessed with that shake like a leaf, I think that's who the gimbal was designed for. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. Hopefully it's been insightful. And hopefully it can help you. I'd imagine there's probably quite a few koi tubers, whatever they call fish pond people that upload stuff, or vloggers that have something similar. They're not new, they've been around for years, but I've been around for years. I mean, say it's any good, does it? Yeah, it's something I've recently discovered, and hopefully it'll help you with your videos and your uploads and the quality. So yeah, drop us a comment, let us know what you think. Are you already using one? Does this video perhaps push you into perhaps thinking about buying one? Wait a couple of weeks, I'll get bored and I'll probably sell mine. I paid 30 quid of it, you can have it for 70. It's an absolute bargain, it's an absolute steal at that price. But yeah, leave a comment down below. If you aren't subscribed already, please, without sounding like I'm a begging, subscribe. It does help the channel, it helps us grow, and it helps us get some more giveaways going. But yeah, thank you ever so much for watching. Stay safe, best wishes. And I say it every video, but spring is around the corner. And hopefully we'll be back on pond season soon. So best wishes. I'll speak to you soon. Catch you later. Be good now.